When you design there's a program when I come in here all the time, so how do you design
you're going to ask me the
oh
question? Okay, so we have Janeen here, and we're going to talk about your pro experience. And you've actually been coming to pro for about 4 years and maybe 4 months or so. It was December 2014 that you started at pro, following the shoulder manipulation. I think that was sometime in August, and then you came here after you wanted to get back to yoga and hula and all of that. So what has your pro experience been like?
For the first month, I came because I would always go to Bikram yoga, and after my manip, I thought, I could do the poses, but my shoulders wouldn't stay up long enough, and it would wiggle, and I thought, wow, maybe it wasn't healing properly. And then, Dr. Khan said, oh, maybe you should come to pro, for a month. So I thought, okay, because I think either I ran out of PT or I didn't go to PT anymore or something. So when I came for the first month, I thought, wow, these exercises are kind of monotonous, holding the ball and kind of boring because they were boring. But then I thought, oh, I could see like muscles again, in my shoulders and my arms, and then just in that 1 month, I even had like stomach muscles again, which is, I could go to yoga for 5-7 years and I never noticed that transformation in 1 month. So I thought, okay, that 1 month just from doing the upper body was crazy, and that was like my weakest part of my body. But the muscles, I was like, oh, I could feel all these things coming out again.
Yes, and you've been familiar with pro in the past because of your daughters.
Yes.
So what was it like to see it, like see your daughters go through it, and what was it like for you to experience it?
So my daughters played volleyball, and 2 of them came here, but one came quite a bit, and I'd be the volleyball mom sitting on the chair over there watching, thinking, what are they doing, and back then everything was about my daughters playing, and they could come here, but I couldn't. I thought, wow, this is weird. But my daughter, which was funny, said that when she came here, she said that was the best shape she was in.
Good.
And the funny thing was, we'd always tease her because she was a setter, but her lats, is that what?
Traps.
Whatever.
Traps.
Like we'd go, Carney, do your traps. And she'd be like this, and then be like, and we'd be like, ugh, she's like, you guys are so mean. But she had like, her body was just, she was super strong. And she said it made her hit better. Because I think her shoulder was bad for hitting, but she said this was the best shape she was in. So I thought, for a 16-year-old to say that.
Yes.
Yeah. It was crazy. And then I ended up coming here.
Yeah. So after that first month, how you talked about, you felt all these results, you felt stronger, which is what most people feel like. And what was the process like when you started coming month after month? And it's been years already. What have you felt, or what have you noticed that's different now every year?
So I came here to pro, and then, I thought, I still had my Bikram yoga membership, and I thought, okay, I'm going to try to do both. So I went back to yoga, and this is funny because they're like, wow, Janeen, you must have been practicing yoga a lot. And I thought, no. Like I missed a month, but I think I had like a yearly membership. And then when I went back, my poses were like just as good or better than how I started, balancing on one leg. And, I was always flexible, super flexible, but I think my muscle wasn't, as strong as doing that. So what I've noticed is just the gradual, I think, muscle density.
Yes, I would agree. I would agree because like you said, when we first saw you, you're always super mobile. But I think what we did was we kind of balanced out that strength and stability with the mobility. So now you have that control and you have strength throughout the whole range of motion. And that's what you're feeling, is that you feel stronger in all of these ranges that maybe before you didn't necessarily work so much on the strength. It was just all the mobility.
So I come here, and I remember going to a concert at the Shell. I don't know what concert, it was so busy. And And I thought, and people were kind of not, it's just a little more boisterous than I'm used to, standing in line to use the bathroom. I thought, I thought, oh God. And I'm older, and I thought, if somebody bothered me, I could just like throw them out, like just grab them and throw, or kick them or do something. It's so weird because I feel that strong, at this age. Like, I could just punch them out and run. Not punch them out, but.
And I think that just comes with, it's not only are you physically strong, but the confidence and how it's affected all these other areas of your life too has been huge. And I would say every year that you've trained, we've been able to do more and more. And I think you can attest to that is every year you actually get stronger and more physically capable to do all of these, not only exercises, but outside things like the hula, the yoga. How has hula been?
Because I teach hula every week, and that's why I don't come to pro like 2 days before, because I need to be on my feet. And I noticed before that my left knee was sore, and I thought, oh, too much bending, or something was wrong. I thought, and it was sore at yoga too. But then when I came here, I realized that it was, my muscles weren't used properly in this leg, so doing the wall squats and whatever I was doing, it helped my left knee. So it's like there was no pain, although I can't bend down like I used to when I'm dancing, and I don't try to. It's just certain little things that, and I never have sore back, sore shoulder, sore neck ever. I mean, hardly ever. And if I do, I'll do like one of those things on the like a plank sort of halfway or whatever, and it takes it away. It's kind of interesting. Where people go, oh, I go get a massage, and I'm thinking, I don't need to have a massage.
And I think you've learned so much about how your body works and what kinds of things you need to do to take care of your body so that we alleviate any of those pains, or whether that's knee pain, back pain, and just doing all of these things to help you do hula, help you do yoga better.
And just more grounded. I just feel like I'm closer to the ground. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, and that does
like
make
I'm
sense.
Grounded. I don't feel like, you just feel more grounded, and your body feels younger than what it really is. But then you have to realize at a certain age, you're not that young.
Well, you are still young. So since you've been coming for so long, I think one of the things that make it more enjoyable for you, besides just the exercise, is the social environment, the energy level in here, and you get to see all of roughly you guys come all at the same time, so you see relatively the same people. So what is the pro, like working out at pro, and what's this environment like?
For my age group, it's fun because I see other people my age, but some people that are older than I am. And I think that was one thing that made me keep coming, because I looked at some of these women, and of course I shouldn't ask them, how old are you? But they're like beautiful, and they're like in their, they're older. But it's funny because I want to go, can I touch you? Because I want to see how their muscle density is, and some of them are in their 70s, and they're like awesome. They're like beautiful. I mean, everything, body and like sleek, and I was like, whoa, it inspires me to keep coming.
That's true. And I think that's the good thing about working out in this kind of setting, is that you have other people that you get to interact with, but it also brings the best out of you. And you can see that, they're doing very similar things, but they're also doing things that are relatively high level that we make everybody kind of do in pro.
But even when I watch like the athletes that come in, and of course, being a little nosy, it's like, oh, what are they doing that for? What are the glasses on for? And they're jumping in the air, and I'm thinking, I hope I don't have to jump in the air. But it's fun because you get the mix of us who come for exercise, and then you get the athletes that are either professional or amateur or young high school, doing all these things, and they're doing the same thing as us. And I'm going, oh, I'm not bad. You know, I mean, if you look at a young person and thinking, oh, wow, my muscles can do that still,
Yes.
you know, but.
And that's a very important point because, I mean, one of our big emphasis is just to get your body to respond well, absorb a lot of force, and be able to just do things functionally. And whatever that's for. It could be for a sport, it could be for hula and yoga, could just be daily activities, but you're seeing all of the benefits with proper training, what your body can do.
Yeah. But posture too.
Yes.
You know, the posture part is like, wow.
Yeah, talk about your posture. How has that felt or improved over the years?
I think I can tell I'm walking taller. And funny things, you know, posture. My husband, he's on the treadmill and he's doing something, going, drop your shoulders, you know, like stop tightening up your back. And of course he's looking at me like, what? You know, because he's doing something with the weight, but he's like this. And I thought, oh, I think that's bad. You know, like make it go down, you know, instead of, because you guys are always
bringing your shoulders back and down.
Which is important.
Which is funny because not only do you can notice and feel it for yourself, but you also notice, you know, with other people's movements, like what kinds of things, oh, this might help.
Because I can watch everybody here and I'm going, oh, you know, I guess because I've been coming more, you know, watching, thinking, oh, I think their shoulders are off. Or, you know, like I have to look at myself in the mirror when I'm balancing and sticking my leg out, so am I even? But even teaching the hula, I have, you know, like different kind of people that I'm thinking, what can I make them balance better in my teaching? Which
and you've asked us,
and I made them come, remember, for my birthday. I brought
for your
the
birthday,
ladies here, and they weren't very happy with the pro session. I mean, they were happy, but you know, aging from 80 down to 60, the kupuna class, they loved it. Although they wouldn't drive from Kailua every time, but it gave them a good sense of balance and what muscles they need to work.
Yes. And it was really fun to work with your friends and everything. And I think they took a lot even out of a few sessions. When you come to pro, you come 3 times a week, and you've been doing this for over 4 years, and you're driving in from Kailua, even despite the poly closure, you're driving in. So what are some of the things that make this a priority?
Knowing that it makes me feel better, you know, and I could take some of the exercises when I travel, and I do, because I don't want to come back here like dying, you know, but interestingly enough, like you can come here and sometimes I think, oh, I'm not working that hard. It doesn't seem like you're like when you go to a gym, because I've been gym membership, and you go to classes and you're doing all these things, and I come out like, oh, bust up. But then I come here and I know I'm getting bust up, but gradually it seems. But then there's a difference because I can see the results. You know, and bending over instead of me just bending to grab stuff down. Now I can feel my glutes using, you know, my legs to do stuff and grab things and pick things up more with my legs and with my back. I mean, it's weird that you can feel the muscles, the mechanics of how you're moving just from being like holding a kettlebell, which I've never did in my life, but just certain things like that. So coming here from Kailua, it's a little chore now that's tricky, but it's worth it. And I hope I don't mind driving all the time. But there are other people from Kailua that are older than me that drive. So it's worth it. And, you know, I can tell like that we love it so much compared to outside, you know, being in a gym where people work out. But this is like nice, like for real workout. And you guys are like real trainers. So, you know, what I like about pro when I come here is I always have like a menu on a clipboard. Oh, actually, first, what was really awesome was to have an art machine. You know, I used to think, what is this machine for? You know, and then I would put it on and I really wanted to lie down on one of those things and let it massage me. But I could tell that it helped my muscles, you know, I guess build or, you know, recover quicker or whatever it does. But, you know, to have an art when you're, you know, to heal your body is way over the top for exercise. So that's, you know, when you get to use it and if you can use it, that's like a luxury to me. You know, to use that and to walk around and exercise with that. It's and I'm not sure what what it really does, but I know.
That's all right.
Yeah, and then I remember a man was doing his thing. We were both doing lunges, and he kept going, "Ugh," and he was screaming. I thought, "Oh God, why are you yelling?" And then I thought, "Oh, his was on 10.
Okay.
Mine was on 6." And I thought, "Okay, he can yell because that's it. You know, you turn it
But
up
you
higher.
do turn the ARP up a lot, and you get more of an intense workout, and you feel better after.
Yeah. And I think maybe that helps with not being so sore afterwards.
Yes.
I'm not sure why I'm not sore.
It's a combination with the way that we're implementing your exercise with like things like the ARP and other things that we do to help you recover, so that you do get the maximal muscle strengthening without having to be so sore after that you can't do stuff.
Okay. And I don't use it as much as I used to because I kind of like to just do my exercises instead of putting it on and taking it off, because that does take more time.
Yes.
Yeah. I always get my clipboard, and it has like a menu of exercises. So I'll look at the menu and I'll go, oh, you know, what do I have today? Is it a nice day or a kind of hard day? Because certain exercises I don't like as much as others. But then, you know, I follow your program, and it's pretty awesome because I know one day I start off with arms, you know, and then the next day it'll be legs, you know, but now I know it's designed for my whole body.
Yes.
And sometimes I don't understand, you know, but you know, what I'm doing, but it's neat that your staff, you know, will come and tell me exactly how to do it. And then sometimes I'm thinking, oh, you guys aren't watching, but you guys really are. You know, I mean, you're there most times, you know, and it's a good menu. I mean, it's a good program because it'll have like how many seconds. I guess it's the methodic way of how you plan it out.
Exercise, and I think that's what we're trying to do is find out what you want to do, what kinds of goals you want to achieve, and all of these other movements that you need to do with your activities, and we kind of plan it out so that we're making your exercises, you know, achieve all of those goals. We are taking into consideration how you're progressing, and we progress you safely so that we can challenge you guys, but at the same time you start to do it with the right muscles, with the right form. And that's what we're doing. It's a good balance, or what we're trying to achieve is it's a good balance between you guys figuring it out and learning it on your own by yourself, but also having us there to give you assistance, give you some coaching and good cueing when you need it, but not be there looking over your shoulder the whole time. So it is kind of supervised exercise and training. Everything that we do, we try to make it as efficient as possible. So every exercise on your program really has its purpose. And we're not just giving you cookie cutter exercises. We're not just, you know, giving you guys things that, oh, I think this is just hard or something that you'll like. It's systematically programmed in a way that this will make you benefit the most from your program in that hour or so. And
you know what I like about this place is I can get hurt, I get hurt on my own, you know, doing something stupid, you know, and I'm like, uh-oh, like I hurt my back doing something, you know, like, and I never, ever, and I see you guys working on people on the table, and I thought, wow, I never get to go on the table. So I was wanting to go on the table thinking I'm going to get a nice massage, you know, whatever they're doing, but most people are there, like, because they have to. But you guys, I saw you have cupping. Like, I remember Tyler was trying to cup my tennis elbow, whatever. But then when I got to go on the table, and it really worked, but it was not fun.
No, it's not fun.
It wasn't fun, but the muscles, it's like you guys are like little muscle geniuses. Like knowing that what muscle was
and it's just taking
wrong.
a look at you, evaluating you, and seeing what kinds of things will help you get back to normal movement. And I think that's the big thing, is that we got to work on all of these areas or issues or symptoms, but we also have to reinforce it with the movement. And that's what keeps you guys going and allows you to do all of these things.
But the twisting and the pulling, and I was like, oh my God. But the next day, it did work. You know, it worked. You know, it's a little painful, but it made me
helped
feel
it.
better.
Good.
Yeah, even though
Yeah.
it was a little torturous. But it was good because I know that you guys understand every part. It seems like every
Yeah.
part of the muscles
Yes.
that, or the mechanics of movement.
What-
So I'm always trying to encourage some of my friends to come, you know, and a lot of them, you know, some of them are still working, some aren't, but I think it's just the driving and the commitment. You know, they could come maybe once or twice, or there's other things going, because they're always like, Janeen, what are you doing? You know, they'll look at my arms, or I don't know what's different. Someone said, oh, you did a full transformation. I thought, really? You know, and I can't tell. But there's something in here that that
Yeah.
makes us
Yeah.
more defined,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the atmosphere of all the friends that I've met, they're, you know, talking about flowers and dried plants and cooking and you know, and I know we shouldn't be talking so much, so we know, you know, to try to focus on exercising, but you know, it's fun because we're all in the same boat.
Yeah, and I think even for us, it's fun to interact with all of you guys because we meet everybody, we get to know what it is that really brings you here, but also what kinds of things you guys like to do outside of here.
Yeah,
Because even
yeah.
for us, like our staff, this is not what we want to do all the time. You know, we exercise and we, you know, tune up our bodies so that we can do other stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what's interesting. You get to interact and talk to people about all of their other things that they do, interests, and just get to know people.
And it's probably better for you guys too,
Yeah.
because, and then, you know, we look forward to seeing each other if we have a good story or a good
Yes.
deal or something.
Yes.
But then, the staff is kind of like our children. You know, like you know, you guys are about the same age as some of our children. We're like, oh, you know, and it's fun because then we can relate like parents too. Or you look at us like, oh gosh, you know. But the atmosphere here is great because it is business, but it's not super strictly business.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would agree. For a little over a year now, we've been doing nutrition coaching, which has been very fun.
It's
And
fun.
it has been a learning process for both of us, I think. But what are some of the big takeaways that you can share from your nutrition coaching experience?
Wow, the nutrition, that's a big thing, you know, like for me now, you know, and because I always used to think, okay, you know, eating certain things were better for me and not good. So I'd always identify, oh, you know, roast duck, which I love. Oh, that's not good because it's fatty, you know, or so, and then my poor husband, you know, he'd get tofu and vegetables and some chicken, you know, whatever. But since our children are all gone, I'm always trying to cook what we call healthy. But I know he wasn't happy with my healthy menus, but, and I wasn't either, you know.
Yes, that's
Because,
huge.
you know, when I go out, it's like, oh God, I want to have a ribeye, you know. But now, you know, because talking to you about eating, and you know, you always go, well, why is that bad? I'm thinking, oh, because it's fattening, or why is that, you know, and you put everything in perspective, you know, or your nutrition, which is in perspective, and did I gain weight because I changed my way of eating last year? No, but maybe when I travel, you know, sometimes I eat too much, but no, and just the way, you know, that you coached me, the way you designed it, and asking what did I eat and why is it bad, and you know, eating fruits and vegetables and things in moderation. I eat everything now. I mean, everything.
And I think that's good because you included so many healthy options.
Yes.
So much variety, and it's in a better balance, which is kind of what we talked about, you know, every session, and that's what the nutrition, or my approach to nutrition is to make you understand how you can incorporate these healthy habits and sustain them.
Yeah.
What would you say are some of the biggest changes for the better over the past year with nutrition coaching?
Just being able to eat what I want now, or you know, what we both want, or what I know he's happy with.
Yes.
And going to the doctors and you know, taking my cholesterol and whatever. So and I started eating, you know, everything. I had to go out to dinner. Oh yeah, I want the ribeye. Okay, I'll have the pork, you know, whatever. But with salad and stuff. But my results didn't change. It wasn't like my cholesterol went way down or anything changed. And I thought, why was I torturing myself?
And that's what it was. And I think because you were always, physically healthy.
Yeah.
And I think that's very important when it comes to nutrition. But that's not the only thing that we should pay attention to.
Yeah.
And one of the big changes that I've seen over the past little over a year is that just the mental side of nutrition. And talk a little bit about that. Like, how has the mental and emotional side, when it comes to food, how has that changed?
So much better. It's crazy. Like, I don't feel bad. Like, okay, I'll have, coffee, whatever, and maybe a pastry if I really want one, and fruit, or like lunch. Okay, I'll stop and get the Chinese plate, and maybe I'll eat half of it, or it's anything I want. Oh, and I don't crave anything, so I don't go, oh, God, I feel like eating a steak, let's go out to dinner, or I feel like I don't crave anything, the protein, whatever, like there's nothing really that my heart desires, even desserts.
Yes, and it's not because you're not eating them. I think it's because you're allowing yourself to eat them, which is what we've talked about a lot.
And then like eating at night, I used to think that's bad, to eat at night, or how much to eat, or whatever's bad to eat at night. But I noticed that if I eat at night, or if I even have a snack before I go to bed, I sleep better.
And that's huge too, because that's related to nutrition and lifestyle.
Because I'm thinking, okay, I'm thinking, oh, well, am I going to get fat from eating late at night? And I don't think so, as long as it's not a plate lunch. But I sleep better. I sleep better with more protein in me.
Yes.
Eating is like, that's big. And I love to eat. I mean, if I'm going to spend my money, it's only on eating and drinking. I mean, eating really good food and, drinking nice wine or whatever. And everything else is whatever. But, when we go out, it's like, oh, it has to taste good. But now I can eat everything.
Yes. And I think, too, you're not overeating anything.
No.
So that's why everything's in a much better balance and you feel better. You can actually, like you said, I think now you're truly enjoying food.
Yeah.
Before there was always some kind of thing holding you back or something that
and
you
it was
felt.
my mind going, oh, that's bad. I shouldn't have that, anything like the steak, with the fat on the side, or now it's like, I'll eat a little bit if it's crispy.
Exactly. And you can really enjoy it. The skin on the
stuck. Okay. But that's like the best part.
Exactly. That is the best part.
And and it makes sense because really now I realize that fat isn't bad. I mean, you do need everything to work in balance.
Yes. You're constantly sharing your pro experience, and we're doing this segment too.
Yes.
What is one thing that you would tell, I guess, other people that are wondering what pro's like? What's one thing that you would share?
God, that honestly, I think it's the best exercise anyone can get, really. Compared to all the fancy yoga places, all the personal trainers, you have, going to the gym, it's like well-rounded, Sometimes I think maybe I should do more cardio, so I'm trying to run a little more, but I don't know if I have to run, but it's hard to explain because I'm always telling my friends, and some of them come and try. It's just making the effort to keep coming back. They don't have the time. Or for Christmas, I always tell them, okay, I'm going to give you pro, to come. Like, we need some pro certificates, but, and if they don't, like to come and try it. But, because I think once they try it, even for like a month, it's like transforming something, and I've been really into exercising and dancing and doing stuff that I can just tell, mentally and physically, but maybe it's vanity, being vain a little, I don't know, but when you get older, you really need to start looking at your muscles.
Yes, and I would say that's the one thing that keeps you, moving well, keeps you healthy, also helps you mentally, helps you with everything else too.
And more confident.
Yes, and more confident.
Thinking, you're strong and, don't mess with me.
Thanks for watching. Check out my social media. Check out more YouTube videos that I have in my channel. Hit the subscribe button or like and comment below. Share these videos with family and friends, and I'll see you next time.